A federal court of appeals officially ruled that these two men created Superman. They still lost him. The court found that Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster created an American god 4 years before they ever worked for a comic book publisher. The law agreed with them, the facts agreed with them, and it changed absolutely nothing. The reason was not a corrupt judge. It was not a corporate trick invented by Warner. It was their own handwriting. To understand how two men defeated themselves twice, you have to answer 3 questions. First, how does a check for $130 actually steal a character? Second, why, when the law finally gave them a door back in, did they sign it shut with their own hands? And third, when every court in America was finished with them, how did a 61-year-old clerk with a typewriter force a $35 million movie to yield? Cleveland, 1933. Jerry Siegel writes, Joe Shuster draws leaning close because his eyes are already failing. 5 years of rejection letters build a wall between them and the world. Then, in March of 1938, Detective Comics offers the first yes of their lives. $130. And here is the myth almost everyone gets wrong. They did not sell Superman for $130. The check paid for 13 pages of comic art, $10 a page. The buying was done by the paper underneath it. A release assigning the character, the story, and the title to have and hold forever. The check paid for pages. The release took the future. They signed, and on every page came the line that mattered more than the money. By Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Remember that line. Superman detonated. Radio, Technicolor cartoons, toys, cereals. And right here, the comfortable legend falls apart. No, the company did not leave them to starve in the 1940s. By 1947, Jerry and Joe had earned over $400,000 between them as creators for hire. They were not starving. The problem was worse. Superman was growing faster than any salary. They were paid well to work inside a world they had created, while owning none of it. In 1947, they sued. Undo the release. Give him back. The referee split the world in two. The release stands. Superman belongs to the publisher. But Superboy, Jerry's separate idea, belongs to Siegel. For the first time in 10 years, there was a crack in the wall, a way back in. And then comes the decision that makes this story hurt. They did not lose the opening. They sold it. May 1948, $94,000, $13.16. In exchange, they signed a settlement confirming the company owned everything. Superman, Superboy, all right and title. Their names were erased from the comics. The company let them go. Remember that second signature? 26 years from now, it is coming back to destroy them. The next 20 years need only 2 images. Joe Shuster, the man who taught the world what superhuman strength looked like, holding paper an inch from his failing eyes. Legally blind, working as a messenger. And Jerry Siegel, who wrote Up in the Sky, typing utility correspondence for the Los Angeles Water Department at a reported $7,000 a year. Superman always arrived before it was too late. Time did not. In 1969, they used a legal trapdoor. Copyright renewal after 28 years. One last suit for the second half of Superman's life. Dismissed in 1973. They appealed. December 5th, 1974. The United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit agrees with them. Quote, Superman had been spawned by the plaintiffs 4 years before the relationship between his authors and the defendants existed. Not company property, not work made for hire. 2 boys in Cleveland created him free. The court said so in print. And then the court reached back 26 years and lifted their own settlement out of the dead. You created Superman. That is now a fact of law, and it changes nothing. Because in 1948, for $94,000, your own signatures made that fact useless. The wall was their own handwriting. The lawyers were gone. The appeals were gone. The money was gone. Jerry Siegel had exactly one weapon left. It sat on his desk and weighed 30 pounds. October 1975. Warner is building a $35 million Superman movie, And Jerry Siegel realized, if the law cannot break a contract, public shame can. He types 10 pages and mails them to 1,000 newsrooms. I hope the movie superbombs. He was no longer fighting in court. He moved the trial to everyone. Cartoonists Neil Adams and Jerry Robinson carried the campaign to television. On November 22, 1975, the New York Times published the sentence Warner feared most, describing the creators of Superman as nearly destitute. Every journalist covering the biggest movie of the decade was now asking one question: where are the men who created him? Inside Warner, Executive Jay Emmett said the sentence that ended the war. Quote, "There is no legal obligation, but I sure feel that there is a moral obligation on our part." No court ordered what happened next. Shame was simply more expensive than royalty. 2 days before Christmas, Warner signed $20,000 a year for life for each man, medical care. But the money was second. The contract restored the line from page 1. In December of 1978, before Superman flew a single frame on that screen, 10 feet tall and light, created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. The court found that Superman was theirs. Their signatures decided who owned him. Public shame gave them back their names.